All right, all right, all right. See if we get anybody popping in this evening. See if anyone wants to come hang out. Get this out on Twitter. Kalani, how's it going, man? Oh, not much. Just figured pop in on the evening. We had a, well, I don't know about the market in general. I had a pretty good day. After hours were looking great, and I'm looking to see how I want to play it going forward. It's a portfolio is an ever evolving creature. A strategy is ever evolving. It's just, you gotta adapt and keep running the stuff that works and try to tweak it and see if you can make it work better. The one thing you don't want to do, there's an old saying, if it ain't broke, fix it till it is. Well, we don't want to be breaking it. So yeah, I'm actually looking, so I'm sitting on a pretty good bit of buying power. If you weren't in, I don't remember seeing you here on the midday, but I ended up this morning. I picked up 10 call contracts on AMC. Wait, what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? No, there was an old saying: if it ain't broke, fix it till it is. Yeah. So yeah, I ended up entering. I did 4 contracts at one on one entry, and then I reinforced with another 6 contracts. I totaled out 10 contracts at 228 each, and ended up exiting those during this run up. I exited those contracts for 250 each, so pretty decent gain. We're talking almost 10% on a on a day trade, 10 contracts, wasn't a bad little capture profit. At the time, it was looking like, the stock was going to revert. I was just looking out. We were moving upwards. I could have held it through the crossover and tried to get it higher up at the top. Hey, Vengeance, how's it going, man? Yeah, big GME news. I was listening to Claybro going over that a bit. Not gonna lie, man. Sort of speaking. Chinese. So, yeah. I'm also gonna kill that feedback real quick. I forgot to put my guard up by my computer. So, whenever you buy or sell options, it's referred to as a contract. So, if you're buying, if you buy a call option, that's one contract. So, buying 4 contracts, that means I bought 4 calls. It's just they're referred to as contracts because it is a contract between the buyer and the seller. So I end up having 10 contracts, 10 call options, and they averaged out to 228 and exited those at 250. So it ended up being $220 profit that I collected on those. Not bad little day trade there. If I held it longer, I could have held it through this run. I thought we might, I thought it might have been turning around. If you look, we peaked up. What did we have here? Yeah, the kilo hit 97. I thought we were turning around for sure. And with how they had played it earlier, we had the spike up and the run down. We ran up, ran back down. I thought we were going to be doing that same play throughout the whole rest of the day. So yeah, I exited on this run up here. I got out, captured 10%, and that was my plan. So I've said it before. No one ever lost money taking profits. I knew I wanted to get out. I had the 250 price. I actually set it up, set the order up, and put my phone away and was just listening to live stream. and I heard the ding from my phone, looked over, and my contract's I sold to close. So I captured the profit, and the trading plan, it went off perfectly, exactly how I wanted to. It could have gone better. I could have gotten more money, but the fact is, I stuck to it. Oh, so the kilo, the green is pretty much that is your active movement. If you notice, it does tend to mirror the RSI, but it just kind of it's set up like the moving average, and it's the delta is actually 3 behind. So when you hear people talking about the 3 and the 5 on the 10-minute, or the 5 and the 8. It's the same thing. The red is just a little bit lagging behind. Hey, Paul, how's it going? So yeah, you can use that just like the RSI to see how overbought and oversold it is. It's just a little bit more fluid, just like you can use, if you notice, all mine say EMA. If you do the regular MA, it's a simple moving average. Well, these are the exponential moving averages. Good evening, part 2. So yeah, good little run after hours. But yeah, so I could have let it run more, but I went ahead and said, okay, I've got enough. That was my trading plan. I stuck to it. It worked out. Worked out beautifully. Hey, Grain's in the house. How's it going, man? Let's see. So yeah, I'm looking. I don't know who all heard over in Clay's. I was talking about, if I did, this many bull put spreads, I could collect that much premium. And Paul, it is similar to. I'm on 2 weeks learning how to boll. BOLL. I'm not ball bands. Yeah, I'm not familiar. Is that an options trading strategy? Kind of makes me want to look that up now. Let's see. Give me a second here. Bollinger Bands. Okay. Oh, yeah, I see it on there now. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. I might have to look into it. Bands technical analysis tool defining set of trend lines plotted as two standard deviations, positive and negative, away from simple. Okay, so yeah, you can. It looks like that's something you can use just to. Yeah, a little bit more for analysis, just so you can try and see maybe predict the ranges that it would move in the future. Yeah, I might look at that just to see how it pertains. There's absolutely nothing wrong with gathering. Yeah. Yeah, I'll look it up at Paul, and kind of see what I can figure, and see if there's a way we can blend that in, and the more different ways we can find of looking at a stock. Now, the one thing to avoid is information overload. If you remember how simple I kept my charting, how simple I kept my all my indicators. Had the simple MACD. I ran the 5MA, the simple 5MA, and the RSI. So I kept it super simple and streamlined, and that has actually saved me on my one failing trade under the 1348. My old school analysis actually saved me from losing a good chunk of money. Indicator for when things are overbought, oversold. But I've learned that the lines move closer. Moving average tends to break up or downside. Since it's slow now, can you explain the 1348 better? Yeah, I will certainly explain it to the best of my ability. Y'all know me, it's always within the best of my ability. So as you can see, Paul, here on the screen, yeah, we're just going to look at AMC on today. We're just going to use today's numbers, and we'll use the actual. So, Paul, what we've got here is we've got three different. Of course, it's not financial advice. This is just disseminating information that other people can use to the best of their ability. So, what we got here, we're watching three different levels. We are watching the 13 exponential moving average, the 48 exponential moving average, and the 200 exponential moving average. The easiest way to think of the 200, it is basically a moving support or resistance line. So technically, when you're below the 200, you are looking towards the put side of the table, and when you're above, you're looking to the call side of the table. Now that is in general, that is broad blanket. But what you're actually looking for is movements of the share prices. Of course, you're moving averages. The lower the number, the more recent it is. So what you're looking for is the share price to move across the 13, which means if it's moving across the 13, that means you're moving into a bullish trend. Stop. Okay. Paul says stop. Did I make... No, I did not make the lines. All I did was I went into my settings and I changed it up. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but hang on, let me see if I can see here. Yeah, so on the top here, I've got to look at the other half of the screen. So at the top here, you would normally have your regular moving average, which is your MA. There's your Bollinger right there, so you can actually go and you can activate this on here. So what I did was I went from the MA, which is your simple moving average, over to the 13 or over to the EMA, the exponential moving average. And you can go in here on Weeble, you can go in and change all that up. So I've still got the RSI on here. I still got the RISI. I went ahead and got rid of the MACD because you can use the MACD for it, but really you get a good feed off of everything else just with running the RISI, the Stoch, and the EMA. So all I did was go from MA to EMA, exponential moving average, and when I went in there, I just I went through, changed the numbers to the... Oh, I can't see that. Oh, no, cancel. No trade verification. So yeah, I just went in and changed it up from, I had to change some of the numbers on there. It's like I changed the 10 to 13, the 60 to 48, and the 120 to 200, and I changed the colors just to make it easier. I wanted that big bold yellow line for my support and resistance. And of course, your green, the 13 being green, I just use as my green light for making the move. If the green crosses the red, that's your green light. So that was just kind of my thinking on how I did that. But yeah, I just went in and changed up the number, or changed them up to get the values I wanted, the 1348, and changed the colors just so it's more visually appealing for me. So yeah, those lines, that is basically showing where the stock is moving. Now, I'm going to show you a real good one here. So we were still on, we had these little pop-ups and we were on the downtrend here. If you notice, here's the 13, and it's holding just below the 13 until you get to this candle. On this candle, it started an upward move, and if you look, the RSI is still. Yes, they can, Kalani. In fact, I've on my phone. I thought I set it up on my desktop, but it's not sticking. On my phone, it does stick. I've got the 1348 running on my phone also for crypto. You can use them for crypto. So on this, if you look, your Stachi, you're down. You're not in the overbought territory. Oh wait, no, we wanted that one. That right there. So your Stachi, you're not in the overbought territory. You're sitting at 33 and 27. Your RSI, you are still below 50. So if you're going to be playing calls moving towards the upside, one of the things you want to look for is RSI below 50. If you're playing puts, you want RSI above 50. And the RSI just kind of would be, are you overbought? Are you oversold? Could that be indicative of the movement? So you want your Stachi moving the correct direction. You want your RSI. If you're using the MACD, you could use that also. So as you can see here, we'll get a little bit better in here. So it captured, it got over your 13 EMA, continued closing above the 13. Right here, you get the break. Technically, you get a little bit of a break above the 48, but as you can see, you capture the 48. Your 13 has started to move into your 48. You get your crossover. So your 13 crosses over your 38. Now, you are on your Stachi. You're hitting the top end here. Your RSI, you have not reached the full 70 yet. So your Stachi, you're at the top. Your RSI still has a little bit of room left to go. You see a little bit of a cool down, but it does not drop back down below that 13. It's continuing. Once you see it move below the 13, keeps moving, holding the 13, still holding the 13, breaks. It hits the 200. The 200 is acting as your resistance towards the high side. So the 200 is holding for those three candles. It's peaking above, but not really gaining. And then boom, it blows through. That's where you got that super high. And at that point, you look your RSI. You've hit. You're right at your 70. You're right at your. You're right at overbought. Your Stachi's at the top. So at this point, if you're watching the Stachi and the Rizzi, you can see that you could be expecting a pullback at any time. And sure enough, you hit that overbought. It turned around, started running back down, and there it hit below your. It moved below the 200, below the 13, but your 48 acted as it acted as a support level. It hit the 48 and then started moving back upward again. Recaptured the 13, recaptured the 200, and then went back down. So yeah, it's just indicators giving you kind of an idea of where the stock might be heading. And it's not it's not perfect. It's not guaranteed. I had one I had one that yesterday that I missed on. Kalani, as far as the RSI just tells you where you're at as far as if you're overbought, oversold, or if you're right at 50, you're in the middle. So if your Stachi's starting to move up, and you start seeing candles moving upward, but your RSI's at the bottom, meaning it's oversold, that means it's got room to run upwards. A stock can only run up so long before it needs a cool off. It's an RSI cool off. It's oversold or overbought. So when it gets to the top, it gets tired. It's got to come back down. Very well explained, man. Sort of similar to yeah. I'll have a look at the Bollinger. I'll look at it and see. I guess we'll just see what we'll see. In fact, let's. I can actually throw that up right now, just temporarily. So Bollinger, wow, that muddles stuff up a bit. All right, I'm going to go in here real quick. Y'all will not be able to see what I'm looking at here. Bollinger inputs, style, change colors. Oh, above and below moving average, volatility based on standard deviation, which changes the volatility. Oh, okay. Okay, so Bollinger, it looks like it is set up for volatility. Also means use different security standard setting. Bollinger Bands can be used top to determine strength of the trend. Two outer bands, middle band. Middle band is a simple moving average, usually set to the 20 period. So I can actually go in. So two of the common, for confirmation, you can use the 25 or the 30 in conjunction with the 1348. So what I did was I went ahead and went in and changed the Bollinger from the 20 simple MA to the 25 simple MA. All right, so and I don't know if I can change the Bollinger up to the exponential, but yeah, so it's on the simple moving average right now, and that muddies thing up. Bucky! Bucky Barnes in the house. That really muddies things up. I mean, you can see the volatility on there. Yeah, it's something I'll look at in the future. Oh. Simadinho, as Clay would say. All right, so let's we are looking. So vertical puts, kind of looking here on AM. Oh wait. Oh. All right. So can we narrow this up to 20? Oh no, 20 won't work. Still gotta do 30. So what I'm looking at here is that's got to be some kind of weird glitch. So tomorrow I might be looking at I might be looking at 2 stocks in order to enter into 10 bull put spreads on each of them. What I'm looking for is premiums of 10 cents on the bull put spread. So essentially that means that you'll be collecting 20% because you're putting up $50 for collateral, collecting 10 in premium, so you're right about 20%. So yeah, I'm just kicking around the idea if I do 2 of those. Oh God, brain. If I do 2 positions up with 10 contracts at 50 each, that'd be an extra $200 that I'd be making a week, and that leaves the rest of it. That leaves the rest of the buying power that I have for doing 1348 trades. Cool, I just got a comment on my last video. I'm not playing this game. Yeah, I don't know if y'all noticed, but afternoon he got back in there, and I wasn't playing that game, so I went in and I hit him on the channel. That's like I said, look at the title, respect. That was something I was going to address in here today. It's and I told Trapper that we addressed it on my stream and it's been taken care of. Okay, so Simon, in Mandalorian, if you add IKA to the end, like Ika, that means little in Mandalorian. So Vodika is little brother in Mandalorian. In fact, it's actually funny because I've got the in my car I've got the sync on my phone, and when I call my little brother, his name is entered in my phone as Vodika. So it's funny to hear my car refer to him as little brother. Yeah, Ika. Simonika would be little Simon. Yeah, I'm not sure that at least. Okay, we'll look on this side. I'm hoping that I could maybe play the 1950 20s, like I was saying, a Claybro stream. I'm hoping I could play these and maybe catch 11, 12 cents per contract. That'd be better than 20%. So yeah, I'm looking at AMC for they would be slotted for 10 contracts, and y'all know I like the Viper and the Cobra. Maybe do some on Ford also. Would probably be the 1650s. We are getting kind of close though. That's what worries me though. Yeah, Simon, he was being disrespectful, and I hit him from Clay's channel. It's you know, it, like Trapper was saying, it's supposed to be a safe place. It's a place where people can come in, hang out, have a good time without being harassed, without being bothered. So yeah, I went in there. I saw him acting the fool, went in, and I hit him from the channel. So wow, I know Portuguese now. One word. So yeah, I want to kind of bounce around and check some of these. My thing was, all right, so I put him. Yeah, I put him in timeout also. So of course we all know. We know Wrestler likes to have fun. Wrestler has a good time, and there's nothing wrong with that. Wrestler, he's the way he is, but he's cool about it. He's not there being. Wrestler is cool about it. The person today, they were predatorily aggressive about it, and I'm sorry, that is that's not happening. So yeah, I hit him on the channel. It's yeah, Wrestler is cool. Wrestler is cool, and the jokes he makes and the way he makes them, he's cool about it. It's and he if someone. I don't think I've ever seen anyone, but I've seen where he could tell someone, maybe a little bit uncomfortable with it, and he calms it down and everything. But this guy today wasn't, so I handled it. Simon, I would rather not. I'd rather not say on the stream, but he does. He was targeting certain people on the channel. He was targeting people, and that right there is what made it was predatory the way he was going about it, and wasn't having it. Y'all know how I am about respect. You can sit there, you can laugh, joke. If it's bothering someone, it ends. If it doesn't end, you go away. That's why. That's also why I made the comment. I posted on Clay Bros in the morning about having tact, because there were some people who were sitting there and cutting up because he had gotten timed out, and they were making remarks. Well, the person wasn't able. The person was timed out, so they weren't able to defend themselves. So I'm like, hey, as a Blue Wrench, you have a responsibility to the channel to maintain order and to put people on timeout when they need to. but you can't turn around and start making remarks. Oh yeah, I've out abusing that wrench, or use. He said 1, 2, 3. Simon, it doesn't matter who it was, but the fact that they were doing it, and I've already spoken with some people on Twitter in regards to it. People from the community. We're just going to say that the issue's been resolved with regards to Clayro's channel. If he comes in here, if y'all see him pop up, I hope y'all see him and get rid of him before I see him, because that'll. Because we ain't having that in here. Oh, what do we got going? What was I looking at here? I got. Let's see. Okay. So I'm trying to find. I want to do it with AMC, and I'm trying to find a second stock. So I will go to. This is the benefit of having of pre-building an options watch list. I can go in here and I already know I don't want meme stocks. Nope, not there. Okay, let's. So I've got a list of stocks that are weekly non-dividend positions. So I can go right in and refer to my handy dandy little list and see what I want to see. So here we are at 2105, potentially in the 1850 to 1919 and 1950. Either one of these, if I can get 20% on those. It definitely, Paul. It definitely sounds like good news with GameStop. The problem is the implementation wouldn't be until June, from what I heard. So it's cool that they want to do it. If it will give definitive answers one way or the other. If there's any shenanigans going on, which a lot of the community believes there is. But the fact is you'll be waiting till June for anything to come of it. I think that was the date that they had on it. Was that it was going to be in June when they would do the split for dividend. My only worry is at the potential dilution, and how does the dilution work for the short shares? So if they split the stock, does that mean, say they're as long as it's a 1-for-1 correlation, say they've shorted the stock, 10 million shares, and they do a 2-for-1, or 2-for-1. So basically, it would go from 10 million short shares to 20 million short shares. As long as it's a direct 1-to-1 correlation, it should not really affect the short interest numbers that much. And the thing is, give me just a second here. If you look at just the raw price of GameStop, compare it to the raw price of AMC, it is a lot easier to get 100 shares of AMC as opposed to GameStop, just going off the price of the stock. That's not saying one stock is better than the other. That's not saying one is worth more than the other, because $100 of AMC is the same as $100 of GameStop. And a 10% increase on $100 is still going to be $110. So, as long as it does not affect the price, or affect the overall value, but if they make it easier for people to buy more shares, well, that could definitely be good. If they do a 4-to-1 split and drop the price down to, we'd be looking at $40 a share for that. Well, it wouldn't take me too long to go out and pick up $100 or 100 shares of GameStop. So yeah, I definitely see a lot of good that can come from it. So possibly Neo. Plug. Plug power. Options. 8 days. Oh, this is much better. 2860. And I can go down to the 26 and 2650s. Well, yeah, and see, that's the thing. Now, you can go out and you can, if it dropped to 40 a share, right now, you could go out and buy, $4,000 of GameStop. And you would get, someone else can math it, but you would get a set amount of shares, like, 20, 30 shares, whatever it may be. And you would still have $4,000 worth of value. The only difference is, if it came down, if they split it and it came down to $40 a share, you spend the same $4,000. Well, now you've got 100 shares. You've opened yourself up to just the possibility of being able to execute covered calls against it. So, they are the same monetary value, but the value of being able to generate revenue has increased. Because if you have, at the current price, if you have $4,000 worth of GameStop, you can't enter covered calls. That's, it's a simple fact. If it dropped down, now we'll jump on the option chain here. Let me get calls single. Now you got to remember these numbers. You got to divide by 4, because if we're cutting the share price, if we're quartering the share price, we got to quarter the premiums also. So ignoring the strike prices, but looking at the premium collected. So if you had 100 shares of GameStop around the $40 mark, and we're extrapolating numbers from here, you would be looking at $275 roughly. You'd be looking at you could do covered calls for $275, 2 strikes up. If you don't have 100 shares, then that possibility is not even there for you. It's non-existent. So yeah, the stock split could be good. Hopefully the MOAS is over before then. That's always something to hope for. But yeah, if they do a stock split, it could be a 2-to-1. The fact that they want to do it and expose if there are any naked shorts, synthetic share, anything like that, because the recall on the split would establish those numbers. So yeah, if they wanted to do that, that would expose those and expose the corruption. But I'm hoping the MOAS will be over long before then. Because June? If it happened in June, that's still 2 months away. I'm hoping I hope it's over in 2 months. The MOAS is completed, and then they can do the stock split. And those who like GameStop or want to get back in, well, when GameStop comes back down and settles at its regular price, well, it'll of course be that much easier and easier to get. So oh yeah, we were on plug. Hey, if y'all got anything you want to look at on here, any questions, just shout them out. Like I said, I'm just going through and trying to plan out some moves for tomorrow. I'm trying to find a second stock to run with AMC on here. Of course, I think we only got Paul and Simon left in the chat right now, if I had to guess. Plug options. So yeah, plug might be one. Oh, Kalani's here. Okay, cool. So I need, where did my pen? Oh, there's my pen. So AMC for sure, because I like, or if I find one better than AMC, I could go with, okay, Paul and Kalani. Oh, Simon, yeah, Bucky's at the gym listening. So AMC maybe. Plug is a good candidate. I just want to do 2 of these because I want to, the money that I put in on these, would you say you're Kalani? I am a day trader and a swing trader and a long term invest. I do it all. I don't sit there. I'm not playing by one single set of rules. Hey, DD214, welcome, man. I've been out all day and I catch Frank saying someone is being disrespectful, missed all the drama, no need to repeat or talk about it again. Yeah, it's handled, brother. But yeah, so yeah, I'm sitting on a decent amount of buying power, and I'd like to be able to get in. I do day trade parts of it, Kalani. I do day trading. I do swing trading. I play weekly options. The the main premise behind the channel, the carbon fiber viper. It is bull puts to the low side with covered calls to the high side. That's just the weekly strategy that I like to employ. This is I will kick this out as financial advice right now, with the potential of, we saw what happened the other day. We saw the huge run up. Covered calls are extremely dangerous right now on AMC and GameStop. I will throw that out there as financial advice. If you are playing covered calls on GameStop and AMC at the present, you are taking a huge risk. Please have a stop loss in place. If you're going to play with that fire, have a stop loss, because it literally could get a huge run like that again. And I don't want to see anyone. I don't want to see you lose your shares. I don't want to see you miss the MOS. So that is financial advice. If you were going to play covered calls, please have a stop loss in place. You don't got to be specific money-wise, but is it worth it tax-wise and gains? Well, like I was saying earlier, Kalani, I did the day trade today. I got in at 228, and just a few hours later, I exited at 250. I took a 10% profit. Just saw it, popped in the first 4 contracts, popped in the next 6, made my 10%, and got out. That's day trading right there. But see, I'm doing with options. I don't go out and buy shares at AMC and then sell share. I'm not doing it with shares. I'm doing it with options contracts. Was it said what kind of stock stick split? Stock split. Yeah, they didn't. I have not actually read up on it. Clay was talking about it. I was driving. Wasn't able to actually get out and look. Wasn't able to bring anything up and look at it. So I don't know the numbers on it. I don't hold any GameStop, so for me it is irrelevant until it's completed and I see where the share price is. So of course, once they disclose where the share price is, then I can determine, do I want to get can I move in on GameStop now? And like I said, hopefully the MOS is over before then anyway. So we got plug power. Let's look. Yeah, if I can do 2 of these without using AMC, that would definitely be good, because AMC, just the volatility behind it. So we'll look at Snap. Snap looking. Wait. Yeah, Snap's looking real good for it. We'll add them to the list. Now, of course, it is not an endorsement of any stock when I'm talking about it on here. If you decide to get in on any kind of, anytime you're getting in trading, make sure you do your due diligence. Just because I mention the name of a stock does not mean run out and buy it. Because I'm doing my list. Later on, I'll go through, do all my technical analysis, and I'll develop, what I'm looking for in my trading plan. So, this isn't, I'm not saying, okay, first thing tomorrow morning, I'm buying these contracts. No, I'm going through, I'm going to look at, I'm going to look at how it looks over, on the 5, on the 1 hour, on the 4. I'm going to go through, do analysis on it, and see. I'm just getting a list together of potential positions that I might end up doing this with. See, I'm over here thinking about my measly 100 just to learn. I'd be basically gambling. I'm ignorant to trading, so I'm basically learning indicators and tools for trading. How they work. Yeah, that's Kalani. Every single one of us, when we started off, we only had so much. All of us started somewhere. As far as I know, no one in here was born with a portfolio, and it really just comes down to I started with I don't even remember how much I put in for my initial deposit when I started. I started off with $30 of Ford stock. That is where I started, and that was May 7th of last year. So, in less than a year, to what I've come to right now is just learn as much as you can. There are parts of the market you'll look at and you'll do a little bit of research and you're like, nope, that isn't for me. And for me, that is doing forex, doing futures, doing warrants, the commodities markets. I avoid. I don't do those. I looked at them and was like, nope, this isn't for me. So yeah, just look around, find what you're comfortable with, soak up as much chronology as you can. Oh, and all the stocks we're looking at right now, just for anyone who is interested in data, all the ones I'm looking at right now are stocks that have weekly options contracts or weekly options expirations, and they do not pay a dividend. And the important thing behind that is the risk of early assignment for people trying to steal dividends. So that's why I've got a list dedicated to weekly stocks that have weekly expirations and no dividends. It's a list that just a list I put together just for easy reference. And a lot of the ones on this list, I don't actually hold. That's an important distinction. I do not hold them. They are just ones that I sometimes would think about doing options on. Bucky started with 1,000 March 2020. Now he's over 100K. Yeah, see, that's... Ooh. I don't know about that. Check the 4 hour. A little bit of reversion. Nothing above 1750. Just on a quick look. Yeah, that's a no-go. Not even gonna write it down. Not even gonna do any analysis on it. That is just a no-go. Little bit of what's going on inside my mind. I'll jump back out here real fast just to give you all a quick brief. Things you might look at. So I go to the 4 hour. And what I'm looking at is roughly in this range right here. If you look, I've got green candle here, right about 1750. I've got red candle here, 1750. This is going back the past half month. There is a chance it would run down and tag that. So 1750 is my no-go line. I've already said that I'm looking for 20% profit on any of the bull put spreads that I do. So nothing below 1750. In order to get that 20%, $17.50, $18. This is when you start playing around, especially when you're playing around with spreads and stuff, you'll learn automatic numbers you're looking for. You look at the chart, see a couple lines of support, and know that that is your hold-up point. Anything above there, you're entering a higher risk area. So I looked on, saw 1750 was my high risk. Jump over, check my contracts. I want my 20%. Oh wait, I see 1750. No go. That's that's a way you'll learn how when you're going through. You'll learn how to pick. You'll look at one and pick it and be like, nope, that's not good. And it saves you a lot of time running technical analysis when you have certain rules that you play by. And that's part of developing your trading plan. Go through, figure what works for you, what your risk is. So a lot of times I can go at a glance, look at a stock and know, am I in this or am I not? And that was one where, where I was like, nope, that's not happening. So that is kind of a little bit of the process that I use. Bucky is also Elon's nephew. Yeah. All right, let's see. Oh, no. Charge point, how are they looking? And the only reason I jumped over so fast on that one, I saw the downward trend on the recent move. Charge point, 1980. Got a little bit of room there. Yeah, we can put that on there. When AMC hit 70, account went up to 300K. Yeah, that's... God, I wish I would have been in the market. Been in the market and been in AMC back in those days. This is... Okay, we'll look at this one. Might be a little out of range, but let's have a look at it. Micron... Options... Now see, here it is a dollar spread, which means instead of entering into 10 contracts for 500, it'd be 5 contracts. So I would actually need to bump up to get my 20%. I'd have to go with the $20. Pika! Got 110 at about 17. Hey, Paul, that's not bad if your average is 17. Hey, no problem, Pika. Thanks for popping in. I'm glad I could help take care of that and get that somewhat taken care of. Oh, what's going on here? So yeah. When you're looking at playing spreads, and you're running off specific numbers, remember, like I said, I'm looking for 20%. Well, if I'm doing 50-cent spreads, then 20% would be 10-cent contracts, or $10 contracts. If it's a dollar spread, you of course have to double that. If you double your collateral, you have to double your price. So here I'd be looking at 5 contracts, which still isn't outside the realm of possibility. Instead of doing 10 contracts for 10 apiece, I would do 5 contracts for 20. So it still comes out to 20%. So we'll add them to the list. I won't bore you all with all my super huge DD, I won't sit here and run through all my technical analysis because that would really, it'd be a whole lot of me looking at the screen with weird looks on my faces and nope on them. Fisker. Nope, not a lot of value there. I'll skip. I know we got the notification for puts. That kind of worries me a little bit. How far away can I get? That's a maybe. So yeah, I've got my list of stocks to do homework on this evening. Got a dip date with PS5. Have a good. Hey, yeah. If you're gonna be streaming Kalani, because I might pop over there. You know, depending on what I got going on this evening, I might pop over there and hang out in your live stream for a bit. And let's. So ApeCoin. That's the last 4 hours. Let's. Oh no, Pika, it's okay. You know, we are one community, and this is a safe place. That's yeah, like DD214 said, you know, it's a family here. We look out for each other. No, Kalani's over on Twitch. Yeah, I'm sorry, that ApeCoin. It's the announcement of it listing just it did nothing good for good for the coin. Uh, so what do we got here? The next line beyond. I want to get a. I want to be on the 5 minute, but I want to get 24 hours on here. So we're gonna crunch it down. Crunch it down just a little. All right, there we go. So we've got ApeCoin. Oh, I guess Shib did follow kind of that same trend. Doge. Now, did I? Okay, yeah, I did. I did update all those on here. How far? God. Sheep's gonna need some work. There it is. Finally crunch it down enough to see where my average is on Sheep. Yeah, Sheep's gonna take some work to get that back in a decent range. It's just. God. I remember when I bought in at when I first got in at Sheep, I think it was 714 points a coin. I mean, when I got on Sheep, there are people who got in a lot further before I did, but I got in on Sheep when it had 5-0. So Doge looking good though. I'm not too far off the average right now. What's that? 9/10 of a cent. Yeah, 9/10 of a cent off on Doge right now. So Doge is coming along real nicely for me. Let's see. Looking through. How are we looking in after hours? We don't need the option charts anymore because we've already gone through and I got my homework assignments for the night. Yeah, it just looks like they're just plugging away into after hours. GameStop's still going up just a little bit. PROG, not much of. I don't want to say not much of anything. It's just the fact that PROG being a lower price stock, you're not going to see huge movements unless it just starts ripping to the moon. So drop the Bollinger on Shib. Okay. Go. Oh, hey, no. Not the alerts. Okay, I thought I was going to try to ask me a trade again. Indicators. Drop the bull. All right, what am I looking for on top and bottom? Converged. Got close, choked up. And the moving average, which indicator of an up or down break, 30-minute candles. You're talking the bottleneck right here? Now, if I understand it right, that is just showing just that there wasn't much volatility, which is somewhat represented by just how small the candles were. Volatility picked up on a downward trend. Yeah, I'm just wondering how the actual movement compares. Okay, I'm writing the simple 5 on here. Come on. All right, I'm going to try and set this up again. I'm getting tired of it not taking my indicators. So we need 13. I'm going to overlay the 1348 on here and see how it lines up. 200. No. So our 200, of course, will be yellow. Our green light. And our red light. Okay, and drop the 5, add the 13, 48, and 200. Done. That's how easy it, I know y'all couldn't see, but I know y'all saw the changes when it was going. All right, Bucky, have yourself a good evening. Enjoy your trip to the sauna. So let's drop the simple moving average. So yeah, let's so yeah, you can see I've got the 13 highlighted. You see the 13 flatten out, start to turn, drops down, crosses below, drops below the 48. And where does it catch support again? So the 13 actually catches, what do we got on the mid? I think the mid's still on the 20. I want the mid on the 25 though. On the simple 25. Okay, there we go. All right, DD214, have a good evening, man. We'll catch you next time. Yeah, so if you notice, Kalani, when I made the change, when I moved from the 20 to the 25, of course it pulled away, So the 13 is leveling off. According to the simple 25, though, it might still have room to go down. It'd be interesting to see. The 48 is crossing the 200 on the EMAs. We still have, looking at how far it widened, we still have a lot of volatility built in right now, and I think the volatility is just a result of going off how big these candles were, how much volume was traded in there. So that would be your volatility. And of course, yeah, I'm just not sure, if it's just an indicator of volatility. That I think that would kind of give you the potential of how far in or out it could move. But I'm just not sure how well that would apply to everything else on it. That's the tricky part, Of course, you can set the midpoint up with whatever moving average you're looking for. Whether you want to leave it as the regular 20 or do the 25 or 30, simple as as part of the EMA. I don't know if you can change out to represent an exponential average. Did we see, when's the last other choke point we saw like that? On 27th, it really exploded. 28th, it started that run. Frank, you should host a space call on Twitter. I'm not even sure. Someone said that before, or has used that word before. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I'll just have to do a bit of reading up on it just to get it to know it better. I do think Shib has potential for a little bit more downside right now. That is on the 30. Yeah, Paul, that's it could be a good entry point here. That is on the 30. On the 5, what are we looking at? 5, you got the 13 and the 48 moving together, and the 200 still coming down. On the 4 hour. And of course, without the, just off these indicators, without the full screen on there, you're not getting the Stotch and the Rizzy. So you're not getting the full picture. But yeah, the 13 crossed above the 200, built a little bit of momentum. The 48 crossed the 200. That's when it really started to ramp up. And now it looks like the price did move down, blew through the 13, blew through the 48, and it might be heading back to the low side under the 200. it's a live chat on Twitter where you can host and others can talk and whatnot, like Zoom without the video. Oh, yeah, I am not sure. Not sure about that. Or Grades, did you ask about this the other night, or was that someone else that asked about it? 'Cause I thought someone might have asked about it before. Oh, what do we got here? Yeah, Grades, I might look into that. It's just, I don't know. Some of the technology stuff I don't understand. Would be kind of interesting hearing everyone else's voices and being able to ask direct questions without typing them on the screen. But I don't know. I'd have to figure out if as far as linking up my Bluetooth, that way I don't get weird feedback and everything. I don't even know. Is that under professional or? Is that under spaces? Okay, so that is under spaces. Yeah, I'd have to figure and make sure if I could have it done up through the Bluetooth, just so otherwise you get a weird feedback loop because my microphone on my camera picks up the cooling, the fans and the liquid cooling system on my computer. I can't imagine how nuts it would go with a with it picking up its own audio source and keep spitting it back and forth to itself. So I'd have to see if I can get it on Bluetooth. My mic could probably still pick up my Bluetooth though. That's a funny part. Oh, there's Shib moving away. There's that possible pullback or continued downward trend. That didn't take long. And I could do the 1 minute chart on here, but you get a whole bunch of chaos. I mean, just look at how sporadic all that is. If you go to the 5 minute, it kind of smooths it out, gives you a softer look at it. What do we got here? Is that gonna? I'm pressing but oh. Interesting. How many we got in the chat here? Or on the stream? We've got 5. Hey Paul, did you ever get a Twitter going? I'm not even sure who all we have on here. Oh, you do have a Twitter? charge it. All right, let's try this out. Let's see how it works. Let me find my Bluetooth real quick, because it's easier me doing stuff on Bluetooth because I'm used to having it in my ear all day, because it's required by Department of Transportation. Okay. We're experimenting here. All right. Name your space. We will not be recording our space. God, Grains, what are you doing to me, man? Add topic. Select up to 3 topics. Business and finance. Okay. I'm looking. Why can't it just let me go type in? I'm not seeing AMC on here. We are not a financial service, no. Marketing, nope. Tesla, nope. Investing. Entertainment. Try sports. Oh, there we go. Formula One and NASCAR. NASCAR, Formula One, and investing. There we go. Hey, Grains, you still in here? Waiting to see if Grains is still in here. Oh, wow. Hey, Paul, if you just want to, it's a lot easier. Mine's a lot easier to type if you wanted to look in just, Frank CFE. Shoot over an invite on Twitter and I'll accept. That's a lot to type in. Did we lose Grains, or is Grains still here? Now, can I set it up to where... Okay, they're public. Add up to 10 speakers. Host can make changes. Did Grains go away? I was going to start this up to play around with it. Yeah, I think Grains might have left for the evening. Okay, let me get in here and hang on. Hang on, let me. What do we got here? Oh, got that. Okay, I will follow back. There we go. Is it gonna? Oh, see, it doesn't save it. That's funny. Yep, I just followed you back, Paul. Add topics: business and finance, investing. We won't do Formula One. Formula One NASCAR. That might be looking through here. Telecom. Yeah, there. It doesn't actually let you type in. Who do we still have? Yeah, it looks like everyone might be leaving for the evening. Send link for what you are working on now with Grains. I'm not sure Grains is in here anymore. So I'm gonna. All right, well, I'm not sure how to send the link to it. I just name the space Market Combat. I'm gonna go and fire it up and just see what happens. Oh, turn on mic. Oh, great. Oh, okay. Notifications allowed, permissions, at timer. We're using app. Mic is allowed, camera is not. Okay. Oh. Battery, storage, memory appear on time. Okay, let me look through here. Yeah, let's play around with this. Let me see if I can find you in here. Send one to Review Dork. That'd be funny. Checking names in here. Okay, I sent it. I'm not sure what's going on here. So you should have gotten that. Let's see what happens with that. Have you gotten that, Paul? I'm going to, let's share it with a tweet. Just for fun. Okay, is anyone else... Yeah, I had to go in and turn permissions on. What do we got coming up? Oh, okay. Your mic is off? I'm not seeing you in here yet. Can type, no talk. I'm not showing you in here yet. Give me a second here. Okay, I sent you a speaker invite. Yeah, it says 0 people are listening. Oh. Oh, did it just, Oh, I think I just accidentally closed it. Did it just go away on you, Paul? Okay, yeah, I just... Let's see. Yeah, that was weird. On my end, it was not showing. Nothing came through on my Bluetooth, which I think that might be. All right, I'm going to try loading this up again. We'll get this figured out. Okay, I'm going to add. Yep, I'm going to add those. Add topics, sports, F1, NASCAR. Save. Clipboard, market combat, start your space. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, new invite going through. We will get this figured out. Let's get started. Oh, Riptide said give him a few minutes. Alright, what do we got there? Okay, you sent a photo. Alright, shows you in there. Oh, derp. Get back in here. Again. Okay, so let's go back in here. Host. Okay, it says my mic is off right now, so I won't blow everyone up. All right. Let's see. Yeah, mine is still showing that I'm the only one in here. Now, Paul, do you have a thing that says request to speak? Because mine is not even showing listeners right now. All right, I will add speaker. Send invite to speaker. Type testing to you. Paul, did you get the speaker request? Got fourth invite. Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, I wish Grains was here. He could tell us what we're doing wrong. That is weird. It's yeah. We'll figure this out some other time. It's I don't know why. I don't know why it's not working. Because mine's not even telling me anyone's listening. It's showing 0 people are listening here. So I don't know. Don't know what is going on with that. Let's see. Adjust settings. We could block, report, or leave conversation. View rules. Oh. Captions. Yeah, I'm looking in here. It does not give me really any real settings to even click. Are you in right now? Can you hear me through the can you hear me through the spaces? Through the space call? Okay, so I got my microphone on. Alright, I'm going to cancel the invite. Alright, let's try co-host. See how that works. Is not in this. Okay. So, can't have you as co-host because you're not in the space. Add speaker. Stop, go back where. Okay, so y'all hear me right now? Yeah, I think I just had it. I had my mic muted. Alright, we'll hit add speaker again. Send invite to speaker. About a 5-second delay? Okay. Well, yeah, because you got the mic from YouTube and then the mic from Twitter. And it's still showing that 0 people are listening. I don't know what is up with this. Twitter. Let's minimize that down. That is weird because it's telling me that no one is listening. Does not. The thing is, at the top of the ticker, I can see, hey, Trapper's in one right now. One for AMC, GameStop, and the mining company. So somehow they were able to add their own. Oh, there we go. You hear me loud and clear? Hashtag AMC. Done. Failed to save description. Yeah, I don't know what it... It's not updating... Oh, there we go. It went through that time. Why will it not let y'all... Well, the good news is this is helping my my YouTube time count, having this up and... Wow. Shib pulling back a bit. Alright, we're going to try. I see AMC and we joined. Oh, come on. Try this again. Clipboard. I joined again, yeah. It is still telling me that there are 0 people listening, which is obviously false. All right, go through. Oh, I'm guessing that's from you. Let's see. Sent a photo. Yeah, I don't know what it is, why it's doing it like that. I mean, I'm going through... Oh, wait. Hey, Grains just showed up. invite to speak.
Frank, how's it going?
It is going good. Yeah, so for some reason, so Paul is in the channel. He's on the space, and we can, for some reason, I've sent him direct invites to speak, and it's not carrying over.
Oh, really? Let's see here.
In fact, on mine, it doesn't even show him as a listener. That's why I thought everything was broke.
Yeah, I see on here it's not even showing him on my end as well. Let's see here. Might be...
Ooh.
Do you know his Twitter handle by any chance?
It is Sandra W 3464 7773.
3464 7773.
Looks like we got the got a call cross on IWM, but that's only on the 3. So I don't like playing with those. I get the alerts and everything, but mostly what I'm gonna be doing is going to be on the 4-hour for long-term swinging.
Okay, yeah. I've just been day trading. I day traded Nile, Bit Nile Holdings, and rode that up when it first ran up to like 45%. Got out. So that's predominantly what I've been doing. I haven't really been doing the option thing lately. I've just been writing a few of these small penny stocks currently. So
yeah, it's like I said, I just started using the 1348 last Thursday, and
right.
Literally it was a buzzer beater day trade just to try it out. It was in power hour. I think I held it for 35 minutes and took a 10% profit.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am wanting to start getting more into the option trading. It's just right now, I've been so focused on more just day trading penny stocks currently. A lot of those smaller cap stocks, and Nile was really good. I actually, like I said, I rode that one up when it hit, when it was at like 53 cents, and then rode it up when it hit to $1, got out, waited for the dust to settle down and cool off a bit, got back on, rode it this Monday. So it's just been good. I also
are you talking Blue Nile on the NASDAQ?
Yes.
Okay.
It's Bit Nile Holdings. I think ticker symbol is Nile, I think is what it is.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a really fun one. I really enjoyed kind of just day trading that one and scalping it. I also did Mullen as well. I got in at 79 cents. When it hit like its all time low, like 52-week low, and then I just rode that one up until it got to about $1.79, $2. So I didn't stay until it hit like $3. So, but it's been a lot of fun. But I'm a very novice trader. AMC is kind of what got me here, and I'm just really excited to continue to learn and whatnot. So.
See, I'm the opposite. I started last year as far as building together a long-term investment portfolio using the core satellite strategy. And I stumbled into AMC and looked at it, saw the numbers, saw the short interest, all the technicals on it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, there is a play here. And that was when I saw AMC and GameStop, and at that point I had already done 2 months straight of penny stock option trading. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and jump on board with this. Let me see. Okay, wow. Okay, GameStop, $200 a share. Yeah, that ain't happening. Oh, AMC, $50, $50 share. I can do that. So yeah, that was why I'm on AMC, is just because I came over from long-term investment, just starting off, working towards a long-term portfolio, and was already playing with options, so I knew how powerful the covered call was. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll get on AMC and start working towards getting 100 shares of covered calls, and start playing with some spread strategies. Guillermo, I watched a lot of his stuff, learning how to do spreads.
Right.
Before I even started touching options, I probably watched about 100 hours worth of videos, and while I was learning, watched another 100 hours. So I mean, I've got a lot of hours of learning time, and I was doing seat time while I was working on it.
Right. Mm. That's awesome, though. So you did cover call. You had cover calls when AMC had its first run.
No, I got into AMC on the way back down when it came back down.
Okay.
When it came back down around the 45 $45 to $50 range. So that was where I got in. So I've ridden it all the way down, and it was a little sketchy starting off, but I got to the point where I started, picking up more shares, and I was making money on the way down.
Right. Yeah. No, it is really cool. With my strategy with the AMC has just been buying and holding. I know that's like the strategy for a lot of people is just parking it essentially, and that's kind of what I've been doing. I have thought about though starting to play with the option game with it because it is somewhat predictable right now. Given the level of volatility, you can kind of like trace it to where it's going or whatnot. Of course. I don't think anyone really expected what happened on Monday. I think that was just incredibly crazy.
Yeah.
It's just, I have no idea, honestly, at this point. I'm just kind of in a holding pattern right now.
I did issue, I don't know if you were still in here, I did issue financial advice, which is a rarity for people on YouTube, especially dealing with the stock market. And my financial advice was covered calls right now are incredibly dangerous on AMC and GameStop. If you play them, you are taking a huge risk, and I strongly advise having a stop loss to protect your shares. Because right now I'm actually hands off on covered calls right now because of how dangerous. Hey JB, welcome to the live stream, man.
Get him on.
Hey, Riptide popped in.
Riptide, what's going on, man?
Let's add. I'm gonna invite Riptide to speak.
Perfect.
God, multi-role streaming here.
That is pretty cool. That is real cool. Are you still streaming on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm still on YouTube right now. Yeah, I got them both up right now.
Let me see here. I'm going to see if I can pull both of them up. Because I got off like 5 minutes ago, and then I hopped onto Twitter and saw you were doing a space call, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, just trying to figure it out and everything. I was like, yeah. I was like, hey, Grange, you still in here? And there was nothing come up on the stream. I'm like, okay, well, he left for the evening. So I still had it up because Paul and I were working on getting this up and running. Hey, JB, we're actually doing a space call on Twitter right now under Market Combat with the hashtag AMC. And we're waiting to see if looks like Riptide is in here and seeing if he wants to join the conversation. But yeah, so I gave financial advice of if you were going to play covered calls on AMC and GameStop with the volatility, you are playing with fire. Know your risk. Have a stop loss. It is dangerous. I'm not doing it right now. Riptide's up on the live stream.
Awesome. I'm back in now.
But yeah, so it is a dangerous time for covered calls. I am looking to get aggressive on the bull put spreads. But if I can get away from AMC, that's why earlier I was doing homework and looking through different positions. So yeah, I'm looking at Micron, Uber, ChargePoint, Snap, and Plug. I'm going to do some homework later on this evening to see longer outlook to see as far as doing bull puts that I will carry into next Friday. Just trying to gain an extra 20% on the market. When you look at the annual market average of 12% when you're measuring against the SPY, if you can be pulling 20% weekly on bull put spreads, you're outperforming the market on the short term.
That is really cool.
And
I'm on FinViz right now looking at some data currently.
But yeah, these are just some of the things I try to touch on here on the channel of, I'm not teaching you how to hit grand slam home runs. I'm teaching you how every time you step up to bat, you're getting a base hit.
A single, yeah, and that single leads, yeah, and I really like that. I'm all about the more the compounding, slowly. It's a marathon, not a sprint, essentially. And I think that if you can get those singles in, they'll eventually lead to some home runs, and hopefully in a long. Because I'm in this for the long term. I'm not in this for the short term.
Yeah.
And I really like that approach, though, for sure.
So yeah, since I started this, I have already. So I've done. I don't know if you were on Clay's live stream. So what I've got going on right now, I'm looking at bi-weekly. I'm doing a $50 purchase on Shib, and I've got my notifications set up. When I see a 5% dip on Doge, I pick up 100 Dogecoins.
Do you use the BlockFi exchange for your crypto?
I have. I've got BlockFi, which is where, if you're looking right now, let me go ahead and switch my list here. Let me go over my cryptos. So if you look, Chainlink, Uniswap, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin, those are the 5 that I hold on my BlockFi wallet. My Shib is through Webull, and my Doge is on Robinhood.
I was going to ask you about that. How is Webull's crypto platform? Is it pretty good? Do you like it?
Well, the only thing I do on, I had split position, or not split portfolios. I had part of it on Robinhood, part of it on Webull. The thing was, when I was going to set the channel up, I moved all my positions off of Webull because it's going to be a teaching. I was going to use Webull for the live stream as a teaching tool. I didn't want my actual portfolio loaded on there, so I moved everything.
Oh, okay.
I moved my portfolio off that way. I could, because Webull has the better charting. So I was like, okay, I want to use this as the teaching tool. I've got to move everything off of it to another brokerage. So all I've got on Webull is my Shib position.
Okay, yeah. I really do like the platform. I'm a TD Ameritrade guy, so that's predominantly what I use. But I do like Webull's platform and the setup that it gives real-time alerts and real-time market data, as opposed to some other platforms that kind of have a delayed one. I started using TraderView, though, to have more of a well-rounded look, and kind of be able to pick and create my list and whatnot.
Yeah.
But Webull's been really good, though, with just, real-time data and real-time quotes as well. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's just, everyone has their preferences. And see, I wasn't around for, I got it, Robinhood. I'm on Robinhood because that was the first brokerage that could recognize my credit union. So it was the only one I could get in on. So the whole taking away the buy button, I wasn't here for any. I wasn't part of any of that, I should say.
Right.
So I don't have the ill effects of it, or the ill feelings towards it. So and you hear people talking the evils of dark pools, the evils of payment for order flow. As long as they're used as intended, there's nothing wrong with them. It's when bad actors step in and use them wrong, and that's where the problems.
Yeah.
That's where the problems lie.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's a bit of the disconnect in the community, is this idea of of kind of like a golden ticket kind of thing, and not really taking the effort to understand the market as a whole and being able to learn. Because if you would have like put the time and effort like you had with regards to just learning the process, learning about trading options and doing covered calls and puts, and and being able to do the TA and DD, I think you could have made a lot of money whilst you were waiting on the MOAS, if you will, or waiting on this thing to really squeeze. And I think, and unfortunately, I feel like that's been kind of a disconnect for a lot of people, is that they bought AMC, they're expecting and anticipating it to rip at said period of time, and nothing happens, and they lose 60% of your portfolio.
Yeah.
Kind of thing with AMC. So unfortunately, yeah, and I feel like that's a big sentiment in the community, and I just wish there was more of a drive to be able to look more long term about trading in the stock market if this is something that you want to do. to be able to go out there and actually, educate yourself on certain things and whatnot.
Well, it's like outside of the circle that they come in and are part of my live stream. I know there are some people on Claybro stream that may look down their nose at me because I talk about day trading options. I talk about aggressively moving, acting aggressively in the market within reason, and it's like go ahead and sit there and keep looking at the red days in your broker. Keep looking at your P&L being red day after day after day. I'm out here doing something about it. I'm attacking them wherever I can. So I recently started, like I said, last Thursday I started using the 1348. I think I've got 4 or 5 wins and 1 loss so far. And the 1 loss I recognized right away that it was a loss. Exited well before my stop loss was in place, so preserved a whole lot of capital. I think I lost $40 only on 4 contracts. I recognized it turning, got out immediately, and then it was on Riot. And Riot just ran down where I'm like, yeah, had I held that, I would have been screwed. But yeah, I saw it turning. I got out. That's part of it. You're going to take losses. But as it stands right now, keeping in mind I had the loss, I've bought since I started doing it, I've bought $45 worth of Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, Dogecoin for the most part. And since I started this, I am up probably about $1,400 since Thursday of last week. And it's just,
so you purchased it last week, Bitcoin or Dogecoin?
No, I was already in Doge, but I've been increasing my position whenever I see a 5% dip. Whenever I get notification of a 5% dip, I'm jumping in, grabbing an extra 100 coins, which costs me right about $15 every time I do it. So it's a way for me to strengthen and cost average my position. If Doge starts to run, not too long ago, I was just sitting around. It was probably 2 months ago. I only had 50 Doge. Yeah, I just had it that way I could get the live 24-hour tracking on Robinhood, and I just started growing the position just out of the blue. I'm like, I'm going to start buying some Doge. I'm going to strengthen the position there, give me a little bit of diversity in my portfolio. And I was like, okay, well, now that I've got a revenue stream coming in every week outside of how much can I take from my paycheck and put in? I'm not even transferring from my paycheck to my brokerage anymore because my brokerage is making enough money on its own. It's basically gotten to where it's self-sustaining.
Right. Yeah, that is really cool, and that's kind of like more of my speed is crypto specifically. I'm pretty new to the stock market, but crypto has kind of been something that me and a buddy of mine have been doing for some time now. Which, if you are ever interested, Frank, we do host a live a space call on our end. It's usually just him and I, just usually talking about crypto. We live on 2 totally opposite ends of the country. So it's an opportunity for us to get to talk, and if anyone wants to chime in or whatnot, I'll send you an invite whenever we do it again. We just had one last night, and we basically talk about everything in regards to crypto, to Bitcoin specifically, because that's kind of our forte. But even Doge, Shib, and a lot of the other tokens and coins and whatnot. But I just want to get your take on it. Do you feel like Dogecoin is here to stay?
Yeah, actually,
as like a medium of exchange, like a transactional exchange.
I think it's good for transactional. I don't see that there's not much utility in it right now. I definitely think when it comes to the utility of the coin, I think Shib is a lot better. You get your people. Yeah, everything. A lot of stuff's built on the Ethereum blockchain. Granddaddy Bitcoin out there. But when you look at the cost per coin, you look at Ethereum, you look at Bitcoin. Those prices are unrealistic for the average investor to get solid coin amounts. Then you go down, you look at my list right now. Link, Uniswap, even Litecoin. Litecoin at 124.75. That is attainable for your average investor to get solid coin amounts.
Right.
The Link and Uniswap, you can compare those. If you look on the stock market side of the house, well, okay, so Chainlink's right around $17 a coin. That's comparable to owning a share of Ford. I mean, so you see the value right there. Uniswap, 1150. Let me glance through real quick, find something closer there. Gladstone Capital is currently 11.79 a share. So these are coins that are attainable for people to have the value for. Hey, how do I? Oh, Riptide to talk with us. You should have an invite on Twitter. Do you still have that invite, Riptide? I can send it again if necessary. I think on Twitter, Riptide, you just have to enable your microphone when you get the request. I'll cancel and resend.
Yeah, but crypto is really like my thing, and I look at crypto a little bit differently than the average individual. I see crypto, specifically like Bitcoin, I see it as a totally alternative to fiat currency in the long run. I feel like it has a lot of transactional value. It has a lot of hedge value, and I think it's going to play a much bigger role in our everyday lives, and probably in the next 2 to 3 years, I would say.
Yeah, it's just
given the direction.
It's just right now the per coin value of it is so high. I would go more into thinking about it as you've got your regular bills, your regular bills that you keep in your wallet. Those are your Link or Uniswap. Got a $20 bill in my pocket. I'm gonna play crypto. Only got $20 in my pocket. But
Yeah.
when you look at Ethereum, Ethereum has a lot of utility just as far as the NFT market and all that. But I look at those to be like treasury notes at a main financial institution, not like bills that you would carry around in your wallet.
Right. And I do think that we're headed in a direction where it is going to be an internal conflict between the decentralized currencies as forms of mediums of exchange and something along the lines of like a central bank digital currency, I think. And as far as transactional relations go, which will be very interesting to see how that plays out. Obviously, I'm incredibly libertarian, freedom loving. So obviously, decentralization. The more we can decentralize something, I'm totally for. But I do think that Bitcoin is a hedge against things like inflation currently, and against fiat currencies. We're just seeing the starting of that, and I think it's going to be even more so probably by the end of this year, beginning of next year, where we're going to see the full effects of inflation. As a whole, essentially.
Hey,
so,
Riptide, did you get that the new invite that I sent over on Twitter? 'Cause I still show the invite as pending, so I don't know if you got it, or it shows it as pending, so I don't know if you've gotten that yet. Right now, it's just showing you as a listener.
if there's a way that you could probably uninvite and then re-invite him back, because it might. Yeah. So, Riptide, the lower left-hand corner, you're going to see mic right there, and that's where you can turn your mic on and off.
Well, here's an interesting. Here's an interesting thought for you. I would kind of think of, because a lot of the crypto market responds to what's going on with Bitcoin. I really do think that Bitcoin is a representative of the gold standard of the digital world, the digital currency. Because so much is measured about it, it's almost like Bitcoin is acting as the gold standard.
Yeah, and I think it's going to definitely kind of replace gold as a standard base, just because of, one, there's a scarcity aspect to it. So they can only mine, I think it's like 24 million Bitcoin. They're about to mine the 19th million. So by the end of this decade, they should have all the coins minted, theoretically speaking. Once that happens, though, there'll obviously be a simple to supply and demand scarcity aspect, that you could see the value of Bitcoin grow immensely. And then I think that at that point is where it's actually going to start to stabilize and not be as volatile. It's going to have kind of a set standard.
Yeah.
I think right now it's like the pioneering stages of Bitcoin, where it's kind of like the gold rush. You know, the more it's being discovered, the greater value it has. But once we get to that point where it's kind of just capped off and like there's no more coins to mine, you're going to start seeing it more as as a standard base. And I would even go as far as to say that it may even replace eventually the U.S. dollar as a global standard currency. I would say, which would have obviously, and I know. I don't want that to happen, but I know it is going to happen in the future. Looking at it in a pragmatic, realistic perspective,
They're pushing so hard. They're pushing so hard for the one world currency, and
right.
And yeah, right now a lot of the global GDP is measured against the dollar because we had the gold standard in the country for the U.S. Well, we got off the gold standard, and it seemed like the entire world decided, well, we'll go off the dollar standard at that point. So yeah, it really does, and that's where if Bitcoin is what the market is judged off of, then that really does turn individual coins. If a country decides it wants to do its own nationalized cryptocurrency, then they couldn't do it on. It would have to centralize at that point because everything would have to be measured against Bitcoin. So you'll lose your decentralization in order to get a crypto world economy built.
Yeah, and I think that's where it's going to be interesting to see how it pans out because you have Bitcoin that is at its core base is decentralized, meaning, like obviously no one controls it. No government can control it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think there is going to be a point where central bank digital currencies, the CBDCs, which China has actually implemented, they've been implementing it in trial runs for the last several years now. It's really going to play a huge role into seeing how are these governments going to allow a decentralized monetary standard like Bitcoin to continue forward, still holding on to its decentralization aspect. I'm very optimistic about that. I do think that this is the opportunity that we have as individuals and humans to not allow central banks to, control our monetary standard for self-interest, but to also bring back decentralization in the Bitcoin standard. But I think that overall, Bitcoin is going to be an absolute hedge against inflation in the long run and against overall wealth inflation, for that matter.
The only thing,
very excited.
The only thing you run into is if they do try to decentralize it, and you know how they are. That's the Treasury. We need money. Let's print more money. They'll try to they'll try to artificially inflate the Bitcoin market and pull coins out of thin air.
Right.
Hey, looking on the chart, what do you think of that 48 crossing the 200 on the chart that I've got marked out for Shib?
So on me, I don't know if it's my internet connection, but I'm only getting like a 240p, so very low definition.
Oh, okay.
On mine. Let me see if I can turn it up here. Yeah, I'm very interested in Shib. It's still loading, but I'm very interested in Shib. I've not really spent much time in the research aspect of it. I know my brother was pretty big into it a while back. Like I said, I've only predominantly been in Bitcoin and Doge and dabbled in Ethereum. Those three are ones that really I think that they're going to last in the long run. But then again, I have no idea about Shib.
Yeah.
But I'm very curious because of the price that it's at right now. I feel like it could be Dogecoin 2.0 potentially.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you can't see it. It's behind my logo on the screen, but that's where Doge is.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Mine, for some reason, my laptop's buffering right now, so I'm just getting like this little swirly thing on the live right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I would love to say, but me and my wife are actually going to go for a walk. That's where we're actually just about to head out to. I just wanted to hop on here to say hey, to kind of put a voice to my name and whatnot. But I really appreciate what you're doing, Frank. I would love to hop on another space call with you sometime in the future and maybe bounce some ideas off one another and hopefully other people as well. So
Yeah. Okay. No idea how to turn the mic on. Yeah, well, if you're going to hop off, Grains, I'm going to go with, if Paul's still in here, let's try to get Riptide on board with it. And yeah, we'll definitely, in the evening live streams, when I do the aftermarket wrap up, and a lot of the, I can get a lot more classroom stuff done in the aftermarket than I can. When I do it during the midday, I'm on lunch. I've got so little time, and if I'm making moves, I don't know if you've really noticed, but I'm fairly transparent on this channel. I will not tell people, before I make a move, like, yeah, I'm looking to buy in on this. I won't do that. But once I've done my trades and made my moves, I have no problem telling people my winners or my losers. So during the day, it's a lot more of what's going on. This is what's active. But most of the classroom stuff I can do in the after hours. It's a lot easier that way.
okay, yeah, I'm totally down. I really appreciate it though. But yeah, we'll definitely be on another space call sometime before long, and I'll be on the live streams as well.
Cool.
So awesome. Well, thanks so much, Frank. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. See you tomorrow.
All right. Bye.
All right. So Riptide. So I take it you have clicked on the mic button. You would have to go into your permissions for Twitter. Let me see. Are you on a smartphone? Are you on a laptop? Does Twitter even work on a laptop? Let's see. Looking. Of course, it'd be in alphabetical order. Oh, I got all that stuff on my phone. Where is T for Twitter? Desktop? Yeah, actually, I think you would have to go in. So you have a regular desktop microphone? You might have to go into. Yeah, you might have to go in and play with your audio settings in order to enable your microphone. I take it you're using like a USB mic? Because the main things you'd be running into is if it's not properly set up for as far as in your audio settings for your microphone. Okay, you're on a headset. Yeah, it'd either be in the audio settings for audio settings on your microphone, or part of going into Twitter and assigning your permissions. Giving Twitter permission to use your microphone. And I do not know how that would work on a desktop. I've never played around with that. Oh, that down, that up. What do we got here? Oh, here we go. Listener. Oh my god, I was actually typing all that stuff out that I was saying? That's cool. Yeah, Riptide, I mainly use Twitter just for getting notifications out on my live stream. I don't, I'm not really one of those Twitter people. Like I said, I just use it for notifying. You do in the lower right corner have the three dots inside the circle. I don't know if anything would be done through there. Closed captioning. I do see your audio settings at the bottom next to next to your Wi-Fi icon, but I don't know where you'd actually go to turn on permissions. Let's see. Uh, can you? Are you able to right click on your own picture? Or did you get the request from me to did you get the request to join as speaker? Because it would be in your Twitter notification. Okay, let me cancel invite. Let me send that again. Invite to speak. All right, so I just sent you an invite to speak on there. I think we might be the only ones in the live stream still. Oh, what do we got? Oh, I already got that. No notification. Yeah, I sent it. It's oh, you just vanished. Okay, you just joined again, I saw. It's still showing the invite to speak. Yeah, I have no. Like I said, Riptide, this is my first time using it, so I'm not sure what kind of settings. Let's see. Well, I think let's we can try to get this figured out, but I'm gonna wrap this up for the evening. I still gotta. I'm sure dinner's been done for quite a while and getting cold, and I have to go eat, get ready for tomorrow. But want to thank you for coming by, hanging out. We'll get this all figured out. But so yeah, of course, thank you, Riptide, J.B. Paul, Bucky Barnes, also known as Simon Grains, DD214, Kalani, Pika, scrolling through, seeing if I missed anyone. Vengeance, also known as Wrestler, and I think that was everybody. But want to thank you all for spending some of the time in the evening here. Hopefully everyone who stopped by was able to gain some knowledge, and we'll of course we're going to keep on doing this and keep hitting up these keep hitting up the hedgies and the shorters, and keep taking them for money until they finally decide to cover. And when they cover, we'll go out in the market and we'll find new ways to make money. So everyone have a wonderful evening. I will catch y'all tomorrow, and from me to you, I wish you good trades and good health. Have a good night, Mike.